What if I told you that in exactly 336 hours, you could inhabit a completely different physical body? Most people treat quitting sugar like a minor lifestyle tweak, like switching from paper to plastic. They are fundamentally wrong. When you remove sugar for 14 days, you aren't just dieting, you are performing a biological exorcism. You are stripping away a chemical layer that has been insulting your true health for years. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to walk you through the hour by hour cellular reconstruction of your body. We're going to talk about why your face is currently holding water like a sponge, why your brain feels like it's operating through a thick gray fog, and why your internal organs are literally rusting from inside out. If you've felt sluggish, heavy, or just off, this isn't a lack of willpower, it's actually a chemistry problem. Your hormones are currently being held hostage by a molecule that is more addictive than cocaine and more damaging than alcohol. And today, we break the ransom. Today, we solve the mystery of your metabolism. Let's start with the first 72 hours. This is the withdrawal window. The first thing you will notice is not on a scale. It's actually in the mirror. Look at your jawline. Look at your skin on your eyes. Most people carry what they call sugar face, a chronic low-grade puffiness that makes you look 5 to 10 years older than you actually are. The question becomes why? Because glucose is osmotic. In simple chemistry, sugar loves water. For every single grams of sugar stored in your body as glycation, your body is forced to carry 3 to 4 grams of water just to dilute it. You aren't just fat, you are literally waterlogged. You are a human sponge. When you cut the sugar, your kidneys get the signal to dump that excess fluid, and by day 3, your face starts to thin out. Your cheekbones reappear, your inflammation markers, specifically C-reactive protein, begin to dip. But there is a catch. Your brain is going to scream. You see, your brain has been running on cheap, dirty fuel for years and years. Sugar is like lighting a pile of dry straw. It burns hot, it burns fast, and it leaves a mess of ash behind. As that straw burns out, you feel the sugar flow. You might get a headache or feel irritable. This is actually a sign of victory. It's the sound of your brain's fuel injectors being forced to clean themselves out because the easy energy is gone. So please don't quit here. This is the storm before the calm. By day 4, something miraculous happens. Your body realizes the sugar tank is empty. Now, imagine your body is a high-performance hybrid vehicle. Most people spend their entire lives driving only on the tiny electric battery. The sugar, which only holds about 1,700 calories of energy, when that battery runs low, you get hungry, you get shaky, you reach for a donut. You are a slave to the battery. But hidden underneath is a massive 100,000 calories diesel tank of body fat. Even a lean person has enough fat to walk from New York to Florida without eating. The problem is, as long as your insulin is high from eating sugar, the valve to that fat tank is padlock shut. By day 5 of no sugar, the padlock breaks. This is the transition into ketosis or fat adaptation. Your liver begins converting fat into ketones. Ketones are a super fuel. They are 25% more efficient than glucose and they cross the blood-brain barrier like a ghost. Suddenly, the 3 PM slump vanishes. Why? Because your brain is no longer waiting for the next hit of orange juice. It's simply eating your left thigh for lunch. Your energy becomes a flat, stable line and no spikes, no crashes, just pure, clean cognitive power. You'll find yourself working through lunch without even realizing you forgot to eat. That is the power of fat burning. While you're feeling that energy boosts, let's go inside your body. Sugar causes a process called glycation. Think of this as internal caramelization. When you have too much sugar in your blood, it sticks to your proteins and your fats, creating advanced glycation end products. Sounds like an appropriate name, right? Because they literally age your tissues. When you quit sugar for 14 days, 4 major systems stops rusting. The first one is your eyes. High sugar causes the lens of your eyes to swell and damages the microscopic capillaries of the retina. By day 10, many people report that their vision feels high definition. The blurriness of the afternoon disappears. The second one is your kidneys. Your kidneys are the body's filtration plants. Sugar is like pouring syrup through a caffeine filter. It clogs and scars the delicate membrane. Removing sugar is like a pressure wash for your renal system. The arteries is the next one. We've been told for 15 years that fat clogs arteries. That's a half-truth. It's the sugar that inflames the artery wall first. Cholesterol is just a scalp that tries to fix the inflammation. Stop the sugar, stop the inflammation, and your rusting arteries begin to smooth out. Your blood pressure naturally drops because your arteries are finally relaxing. And the last one is your nerves. This is the big one. If you have peripheral neuropathy, that tingling or numbness in your feet, that is sugar literally starving your nerves of oxygen. In 14 days, those nerves finally get a breath of fresh air. They start to heal. Now let's talk about the hidden residence of your body, your gut microbiome. Inside your digestive tract, there is a war going on. On one side, you have beneficial bacteria that produce vitamins and manage your mood, and on the other side, you have yeast, like Candida, in a pathogenic bacteria that thrive on sugar. When you eat sugar, you are literally founding the enemy army. These sugar bugs actually have the ability to send signals through your vagus nerve to your brain. They can literally make you crave sugar to ensure their own survival. You aren't craving that cookies, actually the bacteria in your gut are. By day 7, without sugar, the enemy army begins to starve. This is why cravings often peak on day 3 and 4. The bacteria are fighting for their lives. But by the end of day 10, the good guys begin to repopulate. This is why your mood improves. 95% of your serotonin, your happiness hormones, is produced in your gut. When your gut isn't drawing in sugar, and yes, your serotonin production stabilizes. You don't just feel healthier, you feel also happier. You feel more resilient to stress. You feel like the captain of your own ship. Now I wanna pause here and talk about the truth that might make some people uncomfortable. It's the elephant in the room that the multi-billion-dollar food industry doesn't want you to think about it. We are currently facing a global epidemic of type 2 diabetes and fatty liver disease. We are told it's about lack of exercise or genetics. But let's look at the logic. If you have a bucket that it's overflowing with water, do you try to find a better bucket? Do you try to mop the floor while the faucet is still running? The answer is no. You turn off the faucet. Sugar is that faucet. The medical establishment often recommends everything in moderation or healthy whole grains. But to a diabetic or a pre-diabetic, A whole grain piece of bread is just a long chain glucose molecule. Your body doesn't see healthy foods. It sees 15 teaspoons of sugar hitting the bloodstream at once. When you quit sugar for 14 days, you are proving to yourself that foods are the most powerful medicine on earth. You aren't just managing a disease, you are removing the environmental trigger for it. You'll find that you stop waking up 4 times at night to urinate. And here's the reason: sugar is no longer pulling water through your system. You sleep deeply for the first time in here. And deep sleep is where the real growth hormone is released to repair your muscles and skin. You're literally anti-aging while you're asleep. As we approach the final day of your 2 weeks journey, the most profound change is happening at the cellular level. This is the reversal of insulin resistance. Imagine your cells have a doorbell. When you eat sugar, insulin rings the bell to let the sugar in. But when you eat sugar all of the day and every day for 20 years, the cell gets tired of the noise. It actually muffles the doorbell. This is resistance. Now, your body has to scream. It produces 10 times more insulin just to get the cell to listen. High insulin is a fat storage hormone. It is biologically impossible to lose significant body fat when insulin is high. You could run a marathon every single day, but if your insulin is high, your body will refuse to let go of its own fat source. But after 12 days of sugar silence, your cells start to unmuffle the doorbell. They become sensitive again, and your skin clears up because high insulin triggers excess sebum and acne. Your hunger disappears because your cells are finally hearing the signal that they have plenty of fuel. Your muscle tone improves because your body can finally absorb the amino acids and nutrients it was previously ignoring. So here's my challenge to you. Don't look at it as this is a forever sentence. That's too heavy. Look at it as a 14-day scientific experiment. You are the laboratory and the scientist. And by day 14, you won't need me to tell you why this works. You feel it in the way your clothes hang off your body. You'll see it in the clarity of your eyes and the glow of your skin. And now we are close to end of this video. But remember one thing. Real transformation doesn't start with a wish. It starts with your decision. If you're ready to take back control of your biology and stop being a passenger in your own body, I want you to comment below with the word day one. I want to see a community of people reclaiming their health. If this video helped you understand the why behind your health, hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get the world of the sugar roller coaster once and for all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.